by Virginia Tech. To my left is head coach John Sheff, along with student athletes Jack Hurley and Henry Weicker. Coach, if you could open us up with a statement, and then we'll take questions from the floor.
Yeah, just kind of a tough, obviously not the outcome we were looking for, but give Oklahoma credit. Bennett was really tough, and then their guy that came in at the end there, Michael, was just as good. So I mean, we faced two pretty good arms today. Had a lot of threats. Got pretty close, just unfortunately weren't able to come back and tie it. Our guys will be fine. We got plenty of good players and plenty of good arms to come back and even this thing up tomorrow and win this thing on Sunday. But I mean, obviously right now it kind of hurts a little bit, but when you get to this stage of the game, you're going to play really good people. I mean, I think we're good, and I think they're really good, and it kind of shows a pretty good game. I mean, I think if you enjoy watching college baseball, I think that was a really good college baseball game to watch from a fan perspective. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, for the guys, obviously last weekend you didn't lose a single game in your regional. What's the team mindset now that you have lost a game and now you're on the brink of elimination tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we've been here before. We were here against Pitt. We were here against Louisville, and we ended up winning those series. So, I mean, everybody's calm. We're all in a good place right now, and I think we just kind of need to move forward and get on to the next game.
Yeah, just like moving forward, not dwelling on what happened tonight. It was a good game. Didn't go our way, and we got two more opportunities, hopefully. Push game 3.
Jack, what about Bennett's pitching made it tough for you guys the first 5 innings, and then did you make any adjustments there when you got the home run off him?
He's just a good pitcher. He was hitting his spots. Umpire might have been giving a ball off, and I mean, sometimes that might affect the game a little bit, but he was pitching it where the umpire was calling strikes, and it kind of made it tough on our hitters. But the longer you pitch, the more you see him, you get a little bit more comfortable. I think some of the guys were able to make some adjustments. I was just trying to swing as hard as I could, hit the ball as hard as I could, like I kind of always do.
Chef, how crucial was it for Henry to go 4 2/3 today? I mean, he's done that all year and really kind of saved the bullpen for kind of the rest of the weekend.
No, it was really important. He was very good, too. If you look at his line, it was good. I mean, he kind of came in and stabilized some things and gave our offense a chance to come back. He's done it before. In a lot of cases, we have come back before. We just ran into two really good arms today, and we couldn't really quite get like that big knock that we needed. I think the 2 home runs were big, and we had some good at bats, but we'll regroup, come back, even up tomorrow.
John, Henry mentioned or referenced the Louisville series. In the middle game there, you gave the ball to Drew, and he responded with one of his better outings of the season. As you prepare, presumably, to give him the ball again tomorrow, what do you like about your chances with him in that spot?
Well, I mean, his stuff's real good, and he has a lot of experience, and he's been there before. So I'd say those are probably the 3 things that I would feel good about him pitching.
John, what went into the decision to pull out Griffin so early? What did you see from it? Did you decide that you needed to make a move that quick?
Well, I mean, I think he probably wasn't at his best, unfortunately. He wasn't throwing a ton of strikes at that point. He's had some issues with a finger, so that kind of, I think that probably got him a little bit there, and we were just trying to change the momentum a little bit. I mean, he had scored 3 runs, and their numbers say that they have had issues against left-handed pitching, and so that's kind of what made that move.
And then your offense, what did you think of the approach from your guys? 12 strikeouts, I think 6 of them were looking, obviously it looked like the zone's a bit expanded to the wide side for the right-handed hitters.
Yeah.
Did you want them to make some adjustments there, or?
Well, I think they were trying to make some adjustments. But you got to realize, facing Ben, that's probably one of the best lefties we faced this whole year, and he was at his best today. And you got to give the guy credit. I mean, he made some really big pitches when he had to, and we climbed back in the game and almost tied it on him after giving up 3 to start. Actually, we were down 5-0 at one point. So I give our guys a lot of credit. I mean, you're down 5-0 against that arm. You know, for me, your goal is to bring the tying run to the plate, and we certainly did that. We didn't quite get over the hump that we needed to as far as evening it up. But you know, our guys have been pretty good the whole year. I can't fault them. I mean, they'll come back and be good tomorrow, and we'll just kind of move on from there.
John, since we're talking about Bennett, let me ask you about Michael, who they brought in. What about him gave you guys trouble the last couple innings?
Well, I mean, the scouting report on him was when it all comes down to, he's going to throw you sliders, and that's exactly what he did. I mean, the scouting report was right on the money with him. You still have to be able to hit to have good at bats and put it in play. I think, you know, the one at bat for me that probably told me how good his slider was in the bottom of the ninth when DeMartini went down looking. I mean, he doesn't. That guy rarely ever does that when he's seen a right-handed pitcher. So that should probably tell you how sharp it was and how good it was.
Just clarify, you said Green had a finger issue. You said?
Yeah, he's had an issue with his middle finger on his pitching hand. It's kind of been that. It's kind of a day-to-day type thing. So.
And obviously, the fans noticed that when you did hit home runs, you had to kind of pretend to swing the hammer there. What did the NCAA tell you about why they didn't want you to do that, since you were able to do that last weekend?
I'm not going to go there. You can ask the NCAA if you'd like. There's a representative right here. Maybe he can tell you.
John, what adjustments did you guys make defensively from the 6th inning where they got that run on that second run on the RBI single all the way from first, and then the 7th inning where you had the throw out on the double? What adjustments were made between those innings?
Adjustments defensively, you mean?
Adjustments or just a message sent defensively?
I don't know that there was a whole lot of message that was sent. I think when the guy scored from first and we threw the ball at second base, I mean, I think our guys knew how aggressive they were coming in, and that was just evidence of it. So when something like that happens, you know, I mean, you talk about stuff in the dugout, but I don't think that you need to send any message. I mean, that's the message is already sent as far as the third base coach sending that runner. So, you know, we were obviously ready for it the next time around. And you know, our relay was good, and Schobel threw the guy at the plate, and Kate hung in there with it pretty good.
And then you guys were 0 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. You know, what kind of gave you issues in kind of those important moments?
I don't really know that we had issues. We just were facing two good arms. I mean, they just made really good pitches against us. That's all. I mean, on certain days they're gonna be a little bit better than you, and that's kind of just what they were today. But that's also why this is a 3-game. You got to win 2 games here. You don't have to win 3. You got to win 2. So we'll come back tomorrow and strap it up and go.
This one's for the players, either one of y'all or both. You guys said y'all have been in this position before, down 1 in a series. What do you remember and take away from Louisville and Pitt that you can apply tomorrow and through the rest of the weekend?
Just kind of a short memory, realizing that they got to come out and beat us again tomorrow, and just not letting it happen. It's a tough group. Mentally, we get over things pretty quickly, so I think a lot of us have already turned the page and looking forward to tomorrow.